right now is yes. But happy Sunday, happy election week. Um, First and foremost, because it is election week and things have been getting crazier and crazier out here, I just want to say please prioritize your mental health. Please take some time to sit, to disconnect, to do whatever you need to do. Because at the end of the day, you still got stuff you got to go do tomorrow. You still got to take care of yourself. Um, and I feel like, at least in a therapeutic community, that I've noticed that we'll talk about how therapists might say, like, okay, well, are you disconnecting? And yes, that can be individualistic. And also, you have to be, words are not wording today. The thing about abundance is that that's what you give, right? You have to have your cup fill up and overflow so that the overflow is what others get. You don't let people deplete you. You don't let social media deplete you. You don't let what folks on the internet say about how you should or shouldn't be handling a situation dictate your moves. And I say that as somebody who like feels like I've got caught up in the, well, it's supposed to be like this, it's supposed to be like that, before I was able to be like, oh, it's about what's best for me and my household. So just a little reminder, if that means disconnecting, please take some time to disconnect. I do not recommend just staring at the TV watching poll results or anything like that. If you can help it, watch a movie, do a comfort show, give your inner child something that she needed, or needs, she, he, they need. But no, you do not have to watch or force yourself to be online or partake in things. Yes, you could turn it off. That's my little spiel about that. Because you can believe I'm going to ask every single person in this session this week, what are you doing? How are you taking care of yourself? Started it last week. Moving on. So, the reason I wanted to make this video today was to talk about non negotiables. And non negotiables is something that my therapist introduced to me that I now do with, I think, every single one of my clients. It has been brought up once or twice. It's something that comes up very early, usually in my sessions, because it's so important. We're trying to lay a good foundation here, okay? So, I'm going to read you something I wrote in regards to these yesterday because I am working on like a little guide, a little guide, so that you can find your way back to yourself. Something that I struggled with was when people would be like, "Who are you?" And I'm like, "I don't know who am I supposed to be. I can be whoever you need me to be, but baby, I didn't know who I was." And it's important to know who you are so that you can move based off of that. So, I'm kind of like compiling all the information and just like the basis of how to know who you are, how to know who you want to be, those types of things. Not what other people want you to be. And it's a journey, it's a process. It's not something that you can just do once. It's something you have to choose over and over. And we can get to that another time. But now I gotta find it. So Betty, my beloved Betty, was actually the person who introduced these to me, like I said. And I think of non negotiables as things in my life that I absolutely will not tolerate. It started with romantic relationships because I kept finding myself in a place where I was willing to entertain folks who I had no business entertaining because I didn't want to be shallow. Y'all, let me be the first to say be shallow, be picky, be choosy, because at the end of the day, you're the only person that has to live with your choices. All these other people can sit out here and have ideas and advice and all these other things, but they're not the ones who have to live your life. So remember that. And I said, as if I'm not just talking right now. I think about it like this: what do I really want to spend the majority of my time doing? Even in my relationships, what do I want the time I have with this person, job, etc., to look like? One of the biggest reminders for me, and I was actually talking to my sister about this morning, was how do I want my nervous system to be? I can't say I want my nervous system to be at ease, but be constantly picking situations or relationships where I'm constantly fighting for my life or constantly trying to prove my worth. You can't do both. And it's hard. Don't get me wrong. It's hard to recognize, like, oh, shoot, that's the pattern I'm in, and that's a pattern I would like to break. But, and also, most importantly, you're recognizing it. That's the first step. Congratulations. You're already on your way. See, I already tricked you. Do I want to spend time with my nervous system dysregulated and constantly fighting to be understood? Or would I rather spend time loving and being loved, sharing and creating and healing my nervous system? I know what the answer is for me. But pause, because we're going to think about what that answer is for you. Think about it a little more. What would that take to be in relationships where you can just be and learn and grow? I just put lip stuff on, don't judge me. What would it take? And then you build your non-negotiables around that. So for instance, I know I got my list here somewhere because I was just looking at them the other day, cracking up because they're still true. But one of my non-negotiables is like honesty. I need to be if you're not honest with me, you are not a part of my circle. You're not a part of my circle. I can't work for you because I can handle, even though people think I can't, yes, I'm a softie, but I can handle some rejection. I can handle straight up. It's when people start playing in my face that I get a little, whew, you know? What do you require? Do you require acceptance and people that want you to grow? Do you require a partner that's already financially stable? Do you require a partner that's emotionally intelligent? And are you yourself those things and able to reciprocate those things? And if not, what boundaries need to start be putting in place so that you can be that person? And so that those are the type of people that you'll attract. There's another motherfucking gnat. And it's pissing me off. Because I know for dang sure. Please hold. Because you got me fucked up. Mm-hmm. I know this is. I think I already did, but let me give you some more because these are already pretty thought out. But frame them in a positive way, such as relationships I'm in will include healthy communication with open-minded, non-judgmental folks. If that's the type of relationships you desire, you then get to go through your relationships and be like, does this hold up to my non-negotiables? Not just in words, but like, do the actions of the folks I'm surrounding myself with show these traits? And if not, is this relationship that I'm still comfortable being in? Because my non-negotiable says no. That's all. And I even have like non-negotiables for myself because your girl can get really down in the depression dump sometimes. And so my non-negotiables are I have to shower every day. You might be like, Rachel, that's basic hygiene, baby. I work from home. I could get away with not showering every day if I wanted to, especially once that pandemic hit. But I shower every day. I try to get some movement in every day. Lately, it's been wonky because I was definitely out of it the last couple of weeks with that asthma attack and all that. But I'm so excited to get back in the gym. So yeah, when it comes to work, when it comes to clients that I will and won't take, I have non-negotiables because I have decided that I'm not going to live a life where my nervous system is constantly dysregulated. I don't like that. It doesn't feel good to me. There's no point in it for me. I want my nervous system to not be nervous. I want her to be calm. I want her to feel safe. I want this soft life for her. And because that's what I'm creating for myself, anybody who comes within me, has to have that same type of thing. Because you ain't finna disturb my peace or disturb what I got going on with my kids. So that's that. And there was something else that I had journaled about. Oh, yes. So this morning, when I was having my time with a divine, this card, Say You're Sorry, came out. And it's funny because I've been, not funny, ironic, not really. Because I've been really trying to be more approachable so that people can tell me if something bothers them, right? So that we can make amends, all those things. And the person that I feel like I really needed to apologize to was my younger self. Because baby girl was put in some situations over and over. Like, yes, because that was normal and normalized. And she did all right. We could have done worse. But this is just a reminder that there is no help in shaming yourself or blaming yourself. Because I've been doing some thinking about like just where I would be had things gone differently in life, right? Because I feel like I ultimately would have ended up at this point somehow. And I'm like, dang, could I have gotten here faster? But to try to put it that way is to negate everything, A, that I was going through, and B, that younger me did, and all the growth and all the work we've done since then. There's no shame in the things that you did when you were doing the best with the tools that you had. You can still apologize for the impact of your actions. To show remorse does not mean to shame yourself, does not mean to continuously put yourself down, does not mean to berate yourself for not choosing differently. You can reflect and say, I know better, so no, I'm going to do better. And that's good enough. Because you did what you needed to do at the time to survive, whether other folks will understand it or not. Whether the you now would have done the same thing or not. You're here. You made it. So let me be the first to say congratulations. Let's keep going. You didn't like that? Let's change something. Because at the end of the day, you do have a lot more control over your future and your destiny than maybe you realize. And that takes some introspection. And baby, we can get on that another day. But this is your homework, your assignment. I'm going to challenge y'all to take some time to really think about what your non-negotiables are. And kind of start to form a list. I write mine down. I write, like, if I see things, I tell people if I see things on the internet that aligns with, like, how I want a relationship or something, I throw that in my manifestation folder. Or I put it in, I want to partner that, because I got a list. And the more I get to know myself, the pickier the list gets. And that's okay, because I'm not for everybody, and neither are you. You're for the people you're supposed to be for, but you don't know the people who you're for, and the people that are for you can't find you if you're out here trying to be like everybody else and won't be yourself. Those other people aren't pretending. You don't have to pretend to fit in. Don't force it, baby. Don't force it. It's always better when you don't force it. Anyways, that's all I got for you. Happy Sunday. Maybe I'll do another video on some things you can do to just during this time. Or maybe I'll do like a little slide deck. I don't know. Y'all know. This thing about to hit. And I need to go eat. I'm getting cotton mouth. So, that's all. That's it. That's all. Y'all have a wonderful day. And love and light.